John Brown with Collected Development, doing the flip through of Batman issue 500, written by Doug Moench, and art by Jim Aparo, ink by Terry Austin, who also inked the Jokerfish, my last post, Batman Detective, and the cover art. The most of the cover art for the Nightfall series was by Kelly Jones. Joe Quesada did the die cut version, which is pretty cool, and I had to get both, even as a kid. As you can see, introduction of the new Batman and Bane. Very interesting foil cover. The inside of the deluxe and the regular are both newspaper print, so I'll just flip through the regular issue because I don't want to crack the spine too much on that old issue of the foil. Still a collector. So it starts with Dark Angel. This is a very thick book, so I'm literally going to just flip through as I talk about it. But the first thing you notice opening this issue versus a Marvel or Image issue that was created at the same time is that the art is very stripped down, very bare bones. There is not a lot of over muscular characters compared to, I mean, they're still very muscular, obviously, but compared to Marvel and Image at the time, this is toned down. And I think it took guts for DC to really maintain kind of their artistic style that they had carried through from probably the Silver Age on. And the writing is very slick, very seamless with the storyboarding. There are pops of cinematic suspense. They do non-panel angles or different layouts when needed, but it's still very Spartan. They do have a lot of big shots or overall shots, more cinematic shots, but you don't get a huge amount of splash pages like you would with Image or Marvel at the time. And the writer who created Moon Knight, Deathlock, he also created Harvey Bullock, and of course I think he had to have him in here somewhere as he was talking to Batman. And obviously you get Robin, who most people thought Robin would have taken over after Batman fell, but went a different way with Jean Paul, and more darker undertones to his character. And the thing that they try to establish here is that he's a tinkerer like Batman. He's creating sharper, better gloves to fight Bane with. And there's some other darker tones to the personal life and in the Batcave. Really trying to establish a different character other than Bruce Wayne. I really don't know if they at the time thought this character could actually replace Bruce Wayne, but I think they tried really hard to make a case, which is interesting. Here you have Robin and Nightwing, both of whom at this point are fairly upset that Bruce didn't pick one of them to take over Batman. Obviously by now Nightwing had really established himself as a different superhero, so it was probably going to be more Robin than Nightwing. But they were both fairly upset that they weren't picked. Obviously you have Bane with the Venom and the character being established here, which was just an amazing creation as part of this series in the Fall of Batman. Here's a rare shot of Bruce and Alfred in 500. I don't think they could have really done a issue of Batman without at least showing a major issue like this without at least showing Batman, the original Batman, I should say. And then part two is the Descent, where they do the splash page, and this is appropriate. This is the start of part two. This is the reveal of the new look of Batman. And as a kid, I have to say, seeing this costume versus the old Batman costume that we were all accustomed to here was pretty shocking and also pretty interesting. I still to this day think it's a really cool look, and some of the things I wouldn't mind if Bruce took, like this leg strap, utility belt. Obviously not the classic look you're looking for. Here, where the inker and artist really shine, the scene is cinematic with the rain, and the inking and the pencil work is just so well done here. I mean, I'm shocked that they really haven't done this in a movie other than the third of Christopher Nolan's trilogy, but even then it just didn't hit the same. I'm not saying that version of Bane wasn't good, it was, but this story still needs real justice in a cinematic way, because they were really taking risks and really trying to change something that was the status quo for Batman for decades at this point. The fighting is very quick. It's very different from scene to scene. It really zooms in and zooms out. It's really wonderful. And I think even now, I really love this story even more than I did as a kid. I really respect it more. I really just... now I am still missing a couple issues I just never got around to getting, but after reviewing this, I really just want to get the whole run and read it again. I think Doug Moench wrote just a really amazing piece of cinematic art here. And again, I won't give too much away, but the end really shows that even though Batman is vengeance, there is a humanity to the character and just bringing justice, not vengeance, to the end result. And there you have it. And of course, advertising the death of Superman at the end, which was one of the other big DC storylines of the 90s, early 90s. But again, if you're not familiar with Kelly Jones' artwork, check out his Instagram, and also just check out his Batman Nightfall covers. Each one is absolutely iconic and just amazingly done with detail and different art that really set up Batman for the decade visually, in my opinion. Thank you so much.